The night was finally coming to an end, but the fire still refused to die. For 3 long days and 2 terrifying nights, Chicago had been fighting for its life. Thousands of buildings had already been destroyed. The heart of the city had nearly vanished. Many believed Chicago would never recover. But then, nature made its decision. On the night of October 10th, 1871, dark clouds slowly gathered above the burning city. At first, no one dared to believe it. Then, a single raindrop fell. Another followed. And then, the skies opened. Heavy rain poured over Chicago. Exhausted firefighters looked up in relief. The flames that had devoured the city for days finally began to weaken. For the first time, hope returned. Nature had finally come to Chicago's rescue. When the sun finally rose, the people could hardly believe what they saw. Where busy streets once stood, there was only ash and smoke. Beautiful homes were gone. Churches, banks, hotels, factories, all reduced to ruins. More than 17,000 buildings had been destroyed. Over 100,000 people were left homeless. Around 300 lives had been lost. One of America's greatest cities had become a city of ashes. For generations, people repeated the same story. A cow had kicked over a lantern inside a barn, and that single accident started the Great Chicago Fire. The barn belonged to Catherine O'Leary, but years later, historians questioned the entire story. Many believe the tale of the cow was invented by reporters searching for a simple explanation. To this day, no one knows exactly what caused the Great Chicago Fire. The true origin of the disaster remains uncertain. But Chicago's story did not end with destruction. The people refused to give up. Workers, architects, builders, and ordinary citizens came together to rebuild their city. This time, they learned from the past. Wood gave way to brick, stone, and steel. Stronger building codes were introduced. Safer buildings rose from the ruins. Within just a few decades, Chicago became one of the world's greatest cities once again. It even became the birthplace of the modern skyscraper. The fire that nearly destroyed Chicago helped create a stronger, safer future. Today, the Great Chicago Fire is remembered as more than a disaster. It is a story of courage, a story of survival, a story of resilience. It reminds us that even after unimaginable destruction, people can rebuild, hope can return, and cities can rise again. Chicago burned, but the spirit of Chicago never did. But just when it seemed nothing could stop the fire, nature itself was about to make a decision that would